That's as good as it's gonna get. VSC. Look, VSC. Look.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hello. Look, I have a new hat.
Ooh.
And I wore my hair differently so I could show off my new hat without like a bun sticking out the backside of my crazy new hat, making it look crazy because this is just cute.
It's cute.
Good morning and welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
The VSC edition.
Thank you very much. Did you forget what day it was?
Did think about it?
Yeah, we've been dealing with finicky printers and I have stories. I never told my stories about wildlife yesterday, and I had more wildlife inside the house stories last night. I'm saving them for tomorrow. You are just going to have to watch tomorrow because it's VSC and not everyone watches the VSC who might want to hear all these lovely stories. And we have too much to do in too little time anyway.
So not a thing.
So you guys are my witnesses. I need to share stories about wildlife tomorrow. If I remember them.
Remember. If not, Tuesday, there might be more. So
yeah, well, we'll see what I remember. Anyway, so we have a couple of yarns today. Yay! We have a new yarn and we have a refill yarn. And I teased y'all with the axis yesterday. And I have finished my hat, so we can talk about the axis today. And then we can talk about our refills on color changing mohair. But let's not keep you in suspense any longer about our lovely Lily Kate Makes axis, right?
we haven't who we are.
Oops. Backing up. Hi, I'm Rebecca. Thank you for keeping track of that.
You're
Hi,
welcome.
I'm Rebecca. I am the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber. Look, there's my t-shirt. In maybe not quite as foggy as yesterday and going to be warm because the weather just doesn't like this time of year making up its mind. Brevard, North Carolina.
I'm Liz. I'm the minion there.
We got so much yarn in yesterday. Like there's so many things to do. And I was trying to get all the packages together from the weekend sales so they could actually go out this morning. And that's the printer not
UPS
liking us.
Was the only one who didn't bring boxes.
Yeah, they're in Liz's good graces right now, but not for long because I've ordered from Bryson. So
FedEx brought 2. The post office brought 1.
well, 2 different FedEx people brought 2 different rounds of packages. Yes.
No.
Yes.
Who was the other
She
FedEx
doesn't
one?
remember this. Fyberspates doesn't come from the same. We had local
All right.
FedEx and
Let me back up.
and overseas FedEx. They
The
both
first
visited.
the first
It was a busy day
FedEx
yesterday.
guy brought
Can
2
you tell?
boxes.
Yes.
Then
Okay.
the post office brought a box.
Mhm.
More Feederbrook. Then
The first 2 boxes, by the way, were universal yarns. We'll talk about some of that today.
Then the FedEx guy,
The FedEx van guy.
the van guy who does international and hurry up, get there fast shipping. He brought a box, Fyberspates. And then
More of this. What?
we look up and walking across the front windows is Emerald with a box.
That's what I was like, who
for
else can-
Daydream Dye Works.
We got hand delivered yarn yesterday.
5 boxes.
Yeah.
UPS
I've put
is the only one who didn't bring.
at the time of filming, I've put one of those into the system. By the time this is published, it might all be in the system. Daydream Dye Works, any new colors will not be pictured yet because oh my gosh. But that is not on sale today. 2 yarns on sale today. Lily Kate Makes Axis, which I hinted at yesterday, which this hat is made out of, which is lovely, and y'all should buy some when we just got more of, and if I can afford it, I'll bring in even more. Excuse me, that wasn't a sneeze. Anyway, oh, I have a funny to send you about sneezes. Anyway, sorry.
Okay.
And the Rico Essentials Super Kid Mohair print, the color changing mohair. 2 yarns on sale this week for 15% off with the code product of the week, but only if you see them in the category product of the week on our website. That means the code has been fixed behind the scenes, so it will work on those specific products. Sorry, my nose is itchy today. I keep touching it. I hinted last night that this was going
Yarn long.
I hinted last night that this is going on sale. It's not on sale until it's in the category, because that means I've fixed the back end. So, but I'd usually try to do that before I publish this video. So at the time of filming, hasn't happened yet. At the time of watching, it should have. Anyway, so let's talk, if I don't cough too much, let's talk Lily Kate Makes, because this Axis, so Lily Kate Makes, that's her Instagram name, is a British designer, young British designer, lots of hip designs with this yarn. And oh, it's so yummy. The yarn is called Axis. My hat came out nice and roomy, so if I want to like pull the crown down, look at that crown. Isn't that pretty? I hope that shows up on camera.
It does.
Awesome.
I can see it without my glasses.
Ooh, because it's bright colors. Because I picked Sun Dragon colors. It's designed for, she advertises it. She advertises it as being designed for sweater work, especially nice crisp stitch definition, and also for color work. So I said, ooh, let's make a hat. And I'm already thinking about making another hat.
She said, ooh, let's make a sweater.
Yes.
And I said, but for quickiness and, you know, get a sample thrown up fast, let's do a hat. And she found that.
Yes. And to keep me from making another sweater with this and using up all the yarn that I would love you to make a sweater out of, I may have to make another hat. Otherwise, I'm going to have to start a sweater. So this is a worsted weight yarn. I'm going to let Liz read the stats on it, and then we can talk about it a little bit more.
Lily Kate Makes Axis. It is 90% merino.
In case you couldn't make it out over the change in her tone of voice. That's the Axis right there.
Axis.
You just made it sound cute. And then I was like, they might not know what word it is. Sorry.
Okay.
Micromanaging. Go ahead.
Not a thing. It's 90% merino, 10% Suri Alpaca. They're recommending a 5mm or US 8 needle. Hand wash, lay flat to dry. It is not superwash merino.
Yeah.
So
two things to say. It's not superwash merino, which means it's still super squishy, but it doesn't necessarily have that slickness to it that superwash does. And if you love that, sorry, but stitch definition is actually better and winding is better. And there's so many things that's actually really cool about not superwash merino. And the Suri Alpaca, I think on some of their promotions, they're talking about how it's undyed Suri Alpaca. Like it's authentic.
Kind of gives a little white heather.
Yeah, it and
natural.
And one of our knitters was asking about, is there a halo? And it's subtle. If there is, because halo is the fuzzy. Like when you look at it, that's one thing. Superwash, there's no halo because it's been stripped of anything that's going to do any weird grabby stuff. Alpaca by itself is going to be super fuzzy. Not super. I mean, mohair's the fuzziest, right? We're doing that today too. It's
got a little,
just a little fuzzies,
a little bit,
but not really. I mean, only if you're really looking hard at it. Like that's why stitch definition is still wonderful and color work is very crisp because it's not super fuzzy, but you will see little like guard hair looking things on it, little hairs, but not enough to make you go, oh, no, I can't touch that.
It is 100 meters for 109 yards.
I'm sorry, I interrupted the stats.
It's okay. We are retailing it for $13.50 a 50-gram ball.
Mm-hmm.
And I picked the color that I have issues saying.
I thought you have issues with the color. She has the color called Blue Shift, SHIFT. I'm sorry, we've already planted jokes in your heads by saying it that way. But Blue Shift is like a tealy blue. It's really pretty.
It's gorgeous.
So yeah, these are 50-gram skeins instead of, it's kind of the same. Like I gotta just be upfront here. It's the same price as 100 grams of say Barocco Ultra Alpaca, which is also a wool and alpaca blend, 50-50. This is 90-10. We also have, and it's wool and not merino. So this is squishier. This is definitely softer than the Ultra Alpaca. It's almost the same price as 100 grams, again, twice the yardage of Sugar Bush Rapture, which is 50-50 llama and merino. So it's got the merino, but it's got llama. That one's fuzzier. Both of those yarns are a little fuzzier, a little more halo than this. But in theory, you could make a sweater with the main body color, one of those two yarns, and then do accent color work with this. And if it's calling for like 150, no, where am I going with this? If it's calling for like 300 yards of a contrast color, if you were making it out of the ultra alpaca, you would have to get 2 skeins and have all this left over. You could get 3 skeins of this and be economical with it, or if it needs 100 yards of 3 colors, you would have to get 200 yards of every color if you're going with 100 gram balls or skeins. This is more economical for the yardage you might need for color work. Like this hat. And yes, I interrupted us from like going through all the lovely colors, but I'm squirreling on a tangent that is relevant. She doesn't believe me. Okay. This hat,
I'm just here.
This hat, like a hat usually takes about 100 grams. And if you're doing color work hat, then a lot of the yarn that we sell is in 100 gram hanks. You buy one of each, and either you have to do 2 hats if you really want to use it all up, or you've got tons of leftover. This is the leftover I had from this hat. Like, can you grab a scale? Ooh, I just had a thought. Like, they're both right there.
No, they're not both right there.
Well, one is there.
One is there, but I don't know if it has batteries. It doesn't.
We're arguing on air because originally they were both there. And it's not my fault that one moved because Liz had to make minion bags of mystery. So
I had to.
I shouldn't be arguing with her because she knows where everything is. So
all right, it's ready.
Is it zeroed?
It's ready. You have 8 grams.
It's fluctuating. Of the 50 grams, I have 8 grams left of the red after making this hat. The hat can have a pom-pom on it. I would make it out of this guy, the contrast color of the yellow.
Ooh, it's a minion bag, 25 grams.
This might go in a minion bag of mystery. Who wants to buy one and to see if they get it? Ooh.
It's going to be a little bit because I have to wind more yarn.
Yeah, so wait a little while before you buy a minion bag of mystery. Again, to clarify, minion bags of mystery are 5 25 gram balls, most of them, 5 25 gram balls of leftovers from usually my projects. And it's just really random stuff. You can't make requests. You can't, you're getting what you get, but it's only $10. The Surprise Me Sale Bin support boxes are full skeins with their labels and everything of yarn. And what's in the box, it has twice the value of the sticker price because it's stuff we're moving out of the shop, but you can make requests online for that. But we can't guarantee you're going to get your requests. You get surprised.
Those are not on sale this week.
No, I'm just clarifying because we've had that. You brought up the minion bags
because it was exactly 25 grams. So I don't even have to do math.
Moving on. Okay. So this hat, the August hat, I picked really fun colors. We'll get back to that in a second. We were going to start talking about colors. I've already fallen in love with this.
I have to say something about this that I have trouble saying the name.
Yeah.
So it's not that I have trouble saying the name. It's that when I was pulling it out of the box, the plastic wrinkled and it made the last part of the name a little bit harder to read.
I thought that was kind of implied when I had to overpronounce it, that
yes,
it might be mispronounced.
But that's why. It's not that I have problems reading.
All right, I'm going to try to go through them in numerical order. This is going to be interesting. But I will say I've already fallen in love with this yarn. It is squishy. Like, I wasn't sure. We got little samples of it and I'm like, let's just try. And we were one of the first 2 stockists in the US to have it because Lily Kate Makes worked with, we're going to let the machine take that. Worked with Fyberspates, our Vivacious, which is tonal and hand dyed. This is a different yarn, but I was like, let's try. Sugar Bush Rapture is about to go the way of the dodo. And so let's try and see. And I'm loving it. I mean, it's different. It's not like a one-to-one replacement of Sugar Bush Rapture, but it's squishy and lovely. And I can't wait to make a sweater out of it, but I'm going to try to hold off. So I happen to remember that 9701. So this 970 something, or 9701, it's called albedo. That's how I'm pronouncing it. I don't know if that's actually how it's pronounced. Albedo. It's a cream. You got to have a nice neutral. Got to have a nice neutral.
We have all of the palette.
They only have 12 colors. We've got all of them. And we just ordered another batch. So a bunch sold this weekend already, but we have more in. If you're looking for sweater quantities and when you go to the website, you're not finding the sweater quantity that you want, contact the shop. We'll see if we can do a pre-order at the sale price. I will say, for me, the math is pretty easy, especially if a sweater or something else has meters on it. It's 100 meters. It's 109 yards. So I still might go with the whole 100 for head math on like 100 per skein. Divide your thing by 100. You know how many you're going to need. I think that makes life kind of easy. So this is color, we'll call it color number 1. It's 9701. I know this one is 3. I'm trying to remember what 2 is.
Probably the gray.
This is going to tell you about the gray. Neutrals right off the bat. White.
Quiescence.
Oh, well, off-white, I should say. Quiescence is number 2.
It's a silver gray.
It's a nice light gray. It's lovely. Okay. Number 3 is light cone. It's a nice taupey. I almost said gray. It's a nice taupey brown.
Almost khaki.
There you go. See, it's a khaki. Gotcha. I want to guess going with the neutrals. Yes. Look, we have a dark gray as well.
Dark gray is dark matter.
Number 4 is dark matter. That one is wonderful too. So again, and that covers most of the neutrals. And then we start getting into the fun things. And I should have laid these out in order.
I just dumped them.
Well, I'm looking for 5. I got 6 here. Hang on to 6.
That means I have 6 and 7.
Good. I got 12. What? I got problems is what I got. That was 4. Is this one 5? Yes. Do you want to do this one because you like this name?
It's parallax.
Oh, that might make a nice little thumbnail. Light blue.
Blue.
It's a warm light blue, though. I gotta say, it's not super, super cool. It's a warm light blue parallax. Keep going.
That's 5. Color 6 is Aurora, and it's a nice medium.
It's like it's an aqua.
Yeah,
it's a really nice aqua. Yeah, definitely.
And then color 7 is Blue Shift,
which is the teal.
So
right?
there's your 3 blues.
That's there's 4 blues, but we jump over one, but like this one. Hang on to it for a second, because what was that was 7. 8 is why am I struggling so much? Because the love number is 9, and that's it does continue with the blues. I thought that had a later number on it. All the blues are in together. Event Horizon
is
8, and it's a super. It's basically a navy. It's a navy with the heathery lightness of the Suri Alpaca. So it's not
almost like a stonewashed navy.
Yeah, it's so pretty. There is, and number 9 is Love Number, which is a rose color, and she's got a version of one of her sweaters with these two, with Event Horizon and Love Number, and it is gorgeous. Like, this is just a lovely 2-tone combo right here. But Love Number at number 9, Love Potion number 9, Love Number. Sorry, that was a movie from the 90s. Sandra Bullock. I just love those cheesy rom-coms. I can't help it. It's like a dusky rose. It's really pretty. It's pink. There's some pictures you might see online with the red where it looks light pink. It's a dusky rose. I really gotta just be like, it's beautiful. But it's not like a baby pink, not at all. Okay, that was 9. You'd think I would be able to keep track of this. 10 is we're getting to my favorites.
Lolo.
This is Helio. It is an orangey yellow, like it's a golden yellow. It's a bright golden yellow. The other combo for that same sweater, the original combo was these two, and people were saying it looks like a golden snitch from Harry Potter. It's just, this is this color. I picked Sun Dragon colors, which happen to be right next to each other in the numbers, because this one, number 11, is Caldera, like volcanic caldera. Oh my gosh.
It is lava red.
It's lava. I was telling people last night on Sit and Stitch, it's lava red. It's like between fire engine and tomato red. It's a nice bold red, but it still has those little white fleckies, the little bit of heather. Not a lot, just a little. Gorgeous. I'm stealing all the numbers. So the last one
is 12, and it is Penumbra. It's a nice foresty,
super dark green.
Dark green.
Mm-hmm. But it's still that little bit of stonewashed. Like the navy is a little stonewashed looking. This really dark green, a little stonewashed looking. Yep. It's fantastic. It's so squishy. It's like, it's one of those yarns that in the skein it's pretty squishy. If you really give it a squish, if you just touch it, you're like, huh, is it soft? It's soft. And it knits up really softly. Now we have a sample in the shop people can squeeze. And with color work, it's going to be a little thicker, but to have a nice worsted color work yarn that is like a blend, right? You can do color work in 100% wool. It's wonderful. It's good. But merino and alpaca, we are running short of like worsted weight merino that's not super wash. Or that's our other sugar bush merino we're starting to run out of. I'm loving the texture of this. I'm loving everything. I will say, working with it, y'all have seen a little bit of it online in my morning meditation. Sorry, I had to think for a second. But I came across one slubby spot in both skeins. But I don't think it's a bad thing. I think I figured out what was going on because they look the same. It was kind of like I'm gonna hold this up close. There's a really nice twist on this. If I wanted to guess, it's probably like a 4-ply. It's got a nice like consistent thick twist on it rather than like the lofty chunky of a 2-ply or a single ply. And there was one spot in both skeins, the yellow and the red, where the consistency of the spin wasn't great and it was a little bit thicker. And at first I was like, huh, like this, oh, I just shook the camera by touching the table. Sorry. I was like, this is such a great yarn. Why is there this weird spot in it? And then I was talking to Liz, and I think I mean, I didn't show it to you, but you were agreeing with me.
It sounds,
instead of tying knots, because the industry standard for 100 grams is 3 knots per skein. After that, people are like, okay, this is crappy. But there's a chance you can have up to 3 knots where they ran out of yarn and they attached new yarn. And people like it annoys the heck out of everybody, right? It's the bane of everybody's existence. And they're like, why do they do that? That means it's horrible yarn. No, it doesn't. Because if every time they ran out, say 10 yards shy, or it snapped on the machine, if every time they did that, they said, okay, well, we have 75 grams that we just have to chuck because we can't put a knot in it, yarn would start getting really expensive because they'd waste so much. They'd have to raise the prices on everybody. And we're already raising prices because of all the COVID crap that's going on. So they have to knot it once in a while. And I don't think it's going to happen in every skein, but I did happen to hit that. I think instead of knotting it, they actually, because it's not superwash, we're able to kind of needle felt it together.
Either needle felt or wet felt.
Do some kind of joint, like the wet felt join, so that rather than having a knot in my yarn, I just had a little bit of a thick slubby part and I could keep going. And I wasn't wasting, like cutting the yarn and having extra ends to weave in, or having a knot that I knit through that I'm always worried is going to unravel. So I'd much prefer that to having a knot in my yarn.
Well, and since it is not superwash, if you're running through your skein and you come to need a new ball, all you have to do is spit join it. Because the 90% merino will spit join
I
rather well.
yanked on it to not have it show on the front side. I actually yanked on it to not have it show on the back side for one of my pictures. So I can show you what the yellow little slubby part looks like. It's this spot right here. It's just a little thicker. There's just a little bit of texture to it. It looks big on my knitting because I pulled on it to not have it show on the front. But and I have that somewhere in the red. I can't even find it anymore. This one, because I've yanked on it and the gauge is probably funky. I can see it, but I'd much prefer that to a knot that might come untied. Just saying.
What they probably did was opened up the ply and stuck the plies, joined them like that, and then felted everything back down.
It feels, it looks and feels a little felted rather than the nice twist. But like I said, I'd much rather have that because I didn't waste as much yarn to have to cut out a knot and leave my tails and sew it in. And I only had like so many grams of this left. So, you know, if it happened with the red, so it may not happen in every skein, but in case it does, I want to let you know that is not like a fault of the yarn. It's not like, ooh, something crappy happened to this brand new yarn. It's how they could keep going and give you the most yardage possible out of your skein. So it's fantastic. At least that's my theory on it. I'm just going to keep putting this on because the little Latvian braids, this was so much fun to make. Color work is my happy place. So like I was saying yesterday, almost every technique in knitting is kind of my happy place. But when I change it up and I go back to color work, I'm like, woo. Like I've got a sweater, this sweater here that you can only see the corner of. I have to knit the whole sleeve till I get to the color work. And I'm just, please, I want to be at the color work already.
We need to.
I know. Sorry. Oh my gosh, look at the time. We might have to go over 10 a little bit. So this stuff is lovely. I want to, before we move on to the other yarn, really, really fast. I put this is Tin Can Knits Mountain Mist Hat. And I thought, we are here in the Blue Ridge Mountains, and wouldn't it be fantastic to do that for the Blue Ridge Mountains? And the Blue Ridge Mountains, again, blue. We have 4 blues in the palette. And often with the Blue Ridge Mountains, as you get further away, as things get further away, they look softer and lighter further away.
Blue hazy.
You said you had thoughts about this. So
I do.
It's got little triangles to bigger triangles to bigger triangles. There's 4 colors. There's 3 levels of mountains and the sky in this. So what were you thinking? I put her on the spot. I'm sorry.
How many colors do we need?
We need 4 total. Like if you take a look at that, right?
Okay. Do yours.
Well, I don't.
Okay.
Go.
So, bottom of the mountains.
And see, Dinah last night wanted some green.
Middle of the mountains. Top of the mountains. And Carolina blue for the sky.
Ooh.
Because there's a lot of UNC people here. But I mean, my husband is. So
I think there's 2 options and they're both going to be beautiful. Yeah. And that one's probably the better one. But the other option, if we don't want to put any green in it, but this is a lovely green. If you want to keep it totally is to do it this way and have the, so you can pick up yarn faster than me. So what? This is wonderful. This one, like I would pick one of these, the one she just held up, or this one. I'm hoping that these will contrast enough with each other for the, because
you could always leave
the
darkest one out and just switch it with the
I like this for the sky though. I'm wondering, I mean, usually you go in a fade, but you also could change it up and do like this if you wanted to make things pop a little more. But there's 2 different sets of colors we would use for the Mountain Mist hat. Maybe if we don't have a run on these colors, I'll put together a couple kits. We'll see. But there's also a sweater for this one, by the way. So there's so many options. Please buy this yarn and make something lovely out of it, because otherwise I'll have to, and I'll use up all the yarn. I need to see what you're going to make out of this lovely yarn. So we need to switch to the other thing we're putting on sale this week. I mean, we could just only talk about Axis because it's new and it's lovely and we want you to buy it. But we like having more than one thing on sale because not everyone might want to work with worsted weight yarn. Although it, a hat in a day or 2, but so the other thing we just got restocked on that we'd like to share with you, prices for everything are going up, unfortunately. So this may be a little bit more expensive than the last time we mentioned it on the show, but that's because supply issues. people try not to pass on the price increases to us, the suppliers, but they have to, and we have to pass on little bitty increases to you, but you can save 15% this week. So go ahead.
Color changing mohair. I will read stats.
I have
quickly.
a few things to show off, but she's going to read
It's
stats
made
first.
in Italy. We get 50 grams of color changing mohair, 375 meters. Add 10% for yards. It is 70% mohair, 30% silk. Hand wash, don't dry, lay flat, blah, blah, blah. 4.5 millimeter needles is what they're recommending. It looks as good on a 10 as it does on a 2.
You can use whatever needle you want with mohair. Holding it with things is lovely. Like, it's 50 grams that changes color throughout the whole thing. It's luscious. It's absolutely luscious. That's a colorway we were completely out of. We just got 5 skeins only back in stock. If you want it, get it now.
We are retailing them for $29.95.
$29.95, 15% off this week with the code product.
Oh, I
of the
forgot to
week.
get that color sphere.
Okay, well, I'm showing it off right now.
Okay.
This is Sphere. I forget the number of it. I want to say it's color number 1. I am using it. The cream stuff is Wool Addicts water. I always get water and air confused. But I don't know if you can see the color changing that's happened. This is Chevron Cloud, and it you know, it's yellow at the bottom. It's purple up here. This is. I'm pretty sure I'm still on my first skein. All this stuff. That's the mohair by itself in the middle there. I'm on a size 8 needle. Chevron Cloud by Espace Tricot. All these, if you like light and airy and pastel colors, light is the way to go. What else do we have?
That's Sphere. We have water.
Oh, Sphere. I'm sorry, I called it light. It's Sphere because light
It's
is
Sphere.
like a bright rainbow.
Yeah.
Sphere. I'm going to say it a bunch of times. Sphere.
Water is lots of shades of blue and some bluey greens.
It's light
Light.
and airy and
Just
really
pretty.
pretty. And then
We have
Sister.
It's forest, and it is got darky greens and some darky blues, and they look really cool
Light and
together.
dark of the same thing. Oh, it's gorgeous. Earth tones.
We have a retro, which
Forest
Rebecca
tones.
is making her sweater out of.
Ooh, I brought both of them in today. This is the, oh gosh, it's getting stuck.
It isn't so.
This is the no frill sweater. Retro. I mean, I guess they're thinking it's like 60s or 70s colors or something. I don't know. I like it. I'm holding that with a fingering weight white heritage silk to show off, like, look at those colors. Look how gorgeous
It's so
that
pretty.
is.
Blues and
Hold that
pinks
next
and
to-
yellows
right?
and greens, and it's so
And
pretty.
it's going to be a fuzzy lightweight. It's essentially like holding a fingering weight with a color changing mohair can give you the same gauge as a DK weight by itself.
With a gorgeous halo, and it will
It's-
keep you warmer than all get out.
Look how fuzzy. Look fuzzy. Like, let me see if I can hold it up. There's fuzzies. Take my word for it. Check out my Instagram feed. But I've separated the sleeves on this, and I have the first skein of both the heritage and the mohair got me almost to this point. Like, most of this, I've just started my second skein of both.
Then we have light, which is a pure rainbow.
That's light. It's a bright rainbow. We were out of it. We just got it back in. Again, some of these we only have like 5 skeins of, which is a lot of yarn. If we run out of a color and you say no, but I want it and I want the sale price, contact the shop. We'll do a pre-order for you.
Then we have fire.
That's another one we just got back in.
It is purples and oranges and the little
It's
reds.
all yummy,
and
warm things. It's gorgeous.
Fire like. And then last
That
but
one's
not least,
Earth.
we have Terra.
Terra. I mean, that's Earth in another language, right?
It's about as neutrals as we
Mhm.
we
There's
get
a
for
little
this
bit of
palette.
pinkies in there, but it's mostly browns and taupes and stuff like that.
It's almost like a light purple or
Mhm.
a lavender gray, but it's very neutrals and earthy, and yeah.
I mean, I could see different things I could make out of all of these and they would be gorgeous. And saving 15% this week, prices have gone up, but you can save money this week. Yay. So, and I'm happy to order more if there's a run on it. We just never know when things are going to be popular. So get it now while it lasts. We totally rushed through the mohair, but it's so pretty. Oh my gosh. So if you like mohair, you should have fun with this. We've had people come into the shop and they just say, we've never seen color changing, like slow fade mohair. It's not like the whole 50 grams, it's only one change of color. You get a couple of repeats of these colors, but look how far, like I'm only just now hitting on this one whole color shift. It looks like there's maybe 2 or 3. It looks like I hit the peach on this a third time. You need more coffee.
I do.
Sorry, I didn't mean to draw attention to that, but she
No,
keeps
no,
doing it.
I keep doing it.
If she doesn't keep, if she keeps doing it, I'm gonna do it.
I know. Sorry.
That's okay. This went through a whole skein, right? So the pink popped up twice. But the navy, I think I was just about to get back to the navy a third time. So there's a couple color repeats per skein ish. It depends on where it starts and stops. It could shift a little bit differently than that, but it's lovely. It's not only is it mohair, it does color change. So if you're looking for color change and can't find it, do it with a mohair held with a solid. You know, we have a knitter who is doing it, not this colorway. I don't think it's this colorway, is it? That
Yes.
Harriet, is it this
Yes.
colorway? Okay, it's this colorway, and she's holding it with like a lavender. I can't wait to see it. This with a black, I think it would just pop. It would just be this little like sparkly, crinkly, like fun throughout the black. Like any color could make it look fantastic. So have fun with it. You know, don't let your imagination be boxed in. So Axis Essentials Mohair prints will be 15% off this week.
Yes.
You were about to say something.
Tomorrow, if you want a question answered on Dear Becky and Lizzie, the best bet is to email me, liz@sundragonartandfiber.com. We already have a question for tomorrow.
But we can maybe tackle one more if I don't get off track like I did with Axis today.
It's not as bad.
If you want to send us a letter and maybe we'll read it next week, you can write Dear Becky and Lizzie, Sundragon Art and Fiber, 35 South Broad Street, Brevard, North Carolina, 28712. Friday, we'll have knit night. We had a lovely knit night last night. Friday, we'll have another one from 7 to 9. I'm liking the new time. I say it's quality over quantity. Instead of 3 hours, it's down to 2 hours, but it is a lovely 2 hours. We, at our most, had at least 13 people last night.
Yeah.
It was a good crowd. Please come join us. It's on Zoom with the shop phone number.
828-877-3550.
There you go. So, and I think we're so close to giving y'all a sale. We need to sign off, but
$5.95.
$5.95. We kind of almost went up to $5.96 for like a hot
And then Avi
second.
got on the computer and
took one of his fake accounts off.
Yeah.
Our cat, my cat, our cat. What?
Not our
The
cat.
shop's cat, but he's not here. He's at home. Not our cat. I don't know who this maybe it's the royal we. I'm talking about myself. I'm tired. I'm just not yawning. Have you noticed?
I'm gonna go get a double shot when we get done with this, and maybe.
Did you have any coffee this morning?
I did have coffee this morning.
I don't know what's going on. No, actually, I do know.
Obviously didn't help.
I'm tired, and maybe you're empathetically feeling my mouse incident last night that I'll share with you all tomorrow, because maybe there'll be another one tonight that I'll share with you tomorrow as well.
My life is so boring. I don't have any mice incidents.
my life is so boring that's the most exciting thing happening in it is wrestling.
I don't
wrestling
even
Avi for a mouse.
I don't even have that.
Oh, but you want to wrestle Bernie for a mouse?
No.
Okay, so we will see y'all tomorrow. Join us tomorrow and stay safe. And we love y'all. And come to knit night. And yay! And send us your questions. And I think that's all I got because I probably need more caffeine too. So.
We're gonna go caffeinate now.
Bye.